Érti.
Okay, please make yourselves comfortable. This chair doesn't really. Yes, it does. There it is. For at least the beginning of this, do we have translators?
Yeah, Anna is there.
Who's translating? Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay. We have like few words of introduction as well.
Okay, but please tell people if they're able to sit on the floor, at least in the beginning, they would do better to do so.
Kto z Państwa jest w stanie usiąść na podłodze, zwłaszcza na początku dzisiejszego wykładu, to zapraszamy do mnie.
Even if it's just for the first half hour.
Nawet na pierwszy dzień.
Some of you can't sit on the floor.
Niektórzy z Was, ci, którzy potrafią usiąść na podłodze, tutaj to zapraszam do przodu.
In which case you might want to sit on one of the chairs over there that has a table in front of it. Or over there. Where are my pebbles?
Here, Lama.
Let me see what we got. Oh, good pebbles.
Really nice. Dorota chose one by one
Seriously.
in a shop where they were selling for tone, like with tones, and they just gave her it for free. When you're ready, please.
Yes. And this is
for
my mic.
stream. Yeah.
This is for streaming.
Yeah.
These create a lot of heat. Who's doing the lighting? What?
We have someone in the back.
Could they turn off a couple of them and just use the ones that we need?
Okay, and also a pen.
Yeah, that's good. That's better. Now I can deal with the lights a little better. Even though I can't see you all that well. To begin with. Perfect. Can you all still see me? Okay, this is much nicer, because now I can see you too. To begin with, I need 3 volunteers who are very local to here. Who would like to help?
Na początek poprosimy 3 osoby, które gdzieś mieszkają blisko albo są z Krakowa, będą wolontariuszami. Tak będziemy oferować, czy 3 osoby, które mieszkają w Krakowie, mogą podnieść rękę?
1,
Mieszkam przez 3 lata.
2, 3. Gotcha. You guys come on up here.
Więc zapraszamy na scenę.
I'm usually pretty loud, but we can use the mic. Because can you guys all hear me in the back? Can you all hear me in the back in my loud voice of normal?
Kiedy mówili tak jak teraz, słyszycie? Dajcie jakiś znak.
Okay, and maybe we don't need this.
To może nie będzie potrzeba mikrofonu. Badamy.
So be relaxed. Would you translate for these three?
Relaksujcie się.
No, it's not on me. Yes, I know, thank you.
In a few minutes, and I'll signal you when.
Za kilka minut i dam wam znać.
The three of you need to each take one of these plates with cookies and tea,
Weźmie po jednym takim talerzyku z ciasteczkami chyba.
and to go outside with it.
Na zewnątrz.
And then you go in three different directions.
3 różne kierunki.
Look around to see where the land spirits are.
Poszukajcie duchów ziemi.
How to see a land spirit?
W jaki sposób je zauważyć?
Look at the garden, look around, look for a place that is more of a place than other places.
Masz sobie taką jakość bycia miejscem bardziej niż jakiegoś innego.
Like if you were a little kid playing there, you'd give that place a name.
Dzieckiem to takie miejsce jakoś byście nazwali.
That's where the land spirits are. It might be a tree or a bush
To może być jakieś
or a rock formation. It could be anything, but look around for it.
formacja z łazy.
And then, while keeping a good hold on the plate and the cup,
Bardzo mocno kubek i talerzyk.
you toss the contents of the cup and the plate up into the air to that place.
Wrzucacie do góry do nieba.
And then you bring the plate and cup back and you can set it down
I potem
somewhere.
oddajecie.
Where you put it doesn't matter. Do you understand how to do this? Do we have any children here?
Instrukcja, czy są jakieś dzieci?
Okay, sometimes I like to send. Let me finish this.
Czasami lubię wysłać dzieci z tym zadaniem.
Sometimes I like to send a child with them
Czasami lubię wysłać właśnie dzieci z tym zadaniem.
because children always know where the land spirits are.
Wiedzą, gdzie znajdują się.
So it makes it easy for the grown-ups, but you'll manage.
Jest łatwiej niż dorosłym, ale myślę, że dacie sobie radę.
Okay, I have my volunteers go ahead with your introduction.
A teraz mówimy po prostu wprowadzenie.
Still water.
Witam wszystkich na spotkaniu z lamalena w imieniu Fundacji Rozwoju Kultury Buddyjskiej i organizatorów, którzy zapraszają Was też na fanpage lamaleny buddyzm po polsku, lamalena buddyzm po polsku. Lamalena reprezentuje dwie linie, Kagyu i Nyingma. Od lat 70. była asystentką i tłumaczką czcigodnego Wangdora Rinpoche. I jest to postać niezwykła i dzisiaj zaprosi Was też na niezwykłą przygodę. Jak sama mówi, jest nauczycielką, która się nie mieści w żadnym stereotypie. Queerowa, neurotypowa, nauczycielka Dzogchen Mahamudry, tantry i jogi snu. Oprócz tego ślubowała nigdy nie przyjmować pieniędzy za nauczanie, więc każdy z nas jest tutaj na mocy jej takiej radykalnej szczodrości. Jeśli będziecie chcieli podziękować Lamie za nauczanie, to w niedzielę będzie taka formalna ceremonia wręczenia kataków razem z paramitą. Możecie wziąć kopertę od organizatorów, a osoby, które nie będą mogły tego zrobić w niedzielę, zapraszamy też po każdym wykładzie. Czy jest jeszcze coś, co powinienem dodać? Welcome, Lamalina.
Thank you.
To może jeszcze dodamy szybciutko, że gdybyście byli tylko na jednym wykładzie i to dzisiejszym, to po dedykacji zapraszamy Was z katakami, z kopertami, jeśli chcecie oczywiście i dostaniecie duszmańskiej wymiany energii z nami.
So this, should I go ahead? Good to go?
Jest.
So this first part
Pierwsza część
is blessing the offerings
to błogosławienie
and prepping them for the land spirits.
przygotowanie mi na
Ah, I forgot something. Pardon a minute. I forgot to put the magic in. Oops. Can't do it without the magic. These are mani pills
To są pigułki mani.
from His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
Świątobliwości Dalai Lamy.
And this is Mendrup
A to jest mędruk
from the wild yoginis of Kannur.
dzikich joginów z miejscem regionem Kannur.
These are some remarkable women.
To są niesamowite kobiety.
They used to work all winter breaking rocks on the road, all summer.
Całą zimę niszcząc, kując kamienie, żeby móc być tutaj w odosobnieniu
In the high mountains in order to be able to come down and get teachings in the winter.
w górach, właśnie po to, żeby móc w zimie wejść i właśnie odczuwać naukę.
Now we have most of them sponsored so they don't have to break the rocks anymore.
Teraz nie muszą już pracować w kamieniołomach, dlatego że mamy tam
So that now they make retreats in the caves in the high mountains all summer.
teraz są w stanie być w takim odosobnieniu całe lato właśnie odczuwać
And they make this magic stuff called Mindrup for me.
te magiczne rzeczy, które nazywają się mędruk.
And when they come down in the autumn, they bring it.
A kiedy wchodzą jesieni, tu wtedy
And they give me a bunch of it, which now I get to share with you and your spirits. Good. It all has to be ground up nicely first.
Wszystko musi być dobrze zmielone.
There it is. Tombalame sanjerimboche Jumbadame tamchorimboche Jumbalame gedunrimboche Chamne kunchok sumla chopahabo Tombalame sanjerimboche Jumbalame tamchorimboche Jumbalame gedunrimboche Chamne kunjok sumla chopabu. Tombalame sanjerimboche Tombalame tamchorimboche Tombalame gedunrimboche Chamne kunchok sumla chopabu. Now you may take.
Możecie zabrać.
Ragneda chorche Allah je se pucho pulden boe nam joran la sundang grupo dang sanje ten veje pechen le zo Chenam che chang solwa debetu. Dakso gonlane pesapso su. Nedang upan tepsu shiwa dang. Sedang kashi towa debu so. And then, like all teachings, we begin with refuge and bodhisattva. Both come together in Guru Yoga. You see, all Buddhas of the three times, all Buddhas of the past, all Buddhas of the present, all Buddhas of the future, they are the same as, in the totality of things, all sentient beings of the three realms, realm of form, realm of desire, and formless realm. You see, in the fullness of the three times, there comes a point in time for each and every sentient being, every bird, every bug, every idiot politician, of which every country has its share, it seems to go with the thing. At some point in time, sooner or later, they all recognize their own innate Buddha nature and so join, become as one with all Buddhas of the three times, the entirety of past, present, and future. So really, you cannot separate living beings from Buddhahood. It is inherent to them somewhere, that this will be actualized. So in Guru Yoga, which is not the worship of a personality, that's some crazy misunderstanding people get, where you fall in love with some charismatic lama. Pichtosh. Think of a lama as a doorstop. We're holding the door open to the fourth time, which is the union of all three times, where all beings arise as all Buddhas. You too. It's not about the personality. Guru Yoga. Regardless of the personality, and you've probably noticed that different lamas have different personalities. Regardless of the personality, they all point at the same thing. Don't try to copy the shape of the finger. Look where they're pointing. In understanding Guru Yoga, there is a example we give of Dzogchen Trungpa, who had many students. It was a wonderful lama, pointed at natural mind frequently. Now, by his personality, he was a very fancy dresser. He liked getting dressed up, and he liked drinking whiskey, And he liked fornicating.
I lubił uprawianie seksu w dużej ilości.
Yeah. So many of his students all got dressed up,
Wielu jego studentów też ładnie się zaczęło ubierać,
drank lots of whiskey,
zaczęło pić bardzo dużo whisky
and had a lot of sex.
i uprawiać dużo seksu.
But he had one student
Ale miał jednego studenta,
who was a nun.
uczennicę, która była niżką.
So she couldn't get dressed up. Nuns wear their robes all the time.
Ubierać ładnie, ponieważ musiała nosić swoje szaty.
And they don't drink.
Nie piją,
So she couldn't drink the whiskey.
nie miałaby w stanie pić whisky.
And they're celibate.
I żyją w celibacie.
So she couldn't have sex with everybody.
Uprawiać seks ze wszystkimi dookoła.
So she actually ended up looking where he was pointed.
Więc jako jedyna skończyła patrząc w to miejsce, gdzie on wskazywał.
That was Pema Chodron,
I to była Pema Chodron.
is Pema Chodron, a very great Lama,
To była wspaniała lama.
whose books I'm sure have been translated to Polish,
Której książki, jestem przekonana, zostały przetłumaczone na język polski.
and who I strongly recommend you read.
I naprawdę polecam poczytanie.
So understand that what Guru Yoga actually is
Guru yoga naprawdę
the union of Bodhisattva,
połączenie bodhisattwy
your love for all beings of the three realms,
z trzech kami
and refuge,
i schronienie.
the fourth time,
Czyli czwarty czas.
all Buddhas that ever were or will be.
Wszyscy budowie, którzy kiedykolwiek byli lub będą.
So, to remember that,
Zatem, żeby o tym pamiętać,
I usually begin teachings with the lineage prayer.
zaczynam nauki z modlitwą linii przekazu.
You may recognize some of the names in it.
Też rozpoznaję sobie niektóre imiona wymienione na nim.
Chuku kunduzongbo gompoi, dorji sempa garab dorji dang, shere singi bardu shin lapde, dedam abzantata tusum chi, Dzogchen Chupe lamala solo deb, argin pema junila solo deb. Dorji Chang Chitila Narudang Marpa Mila Gompo Tatapa Na Pupadang Palden Drupa Suk Kargyu Lama Namla Solo Deb Ochen Lama Namla Solo Deb Druchen Lama Namla Solo Deb Kaginwari Lama Namla Solo Deb Shakya Lama Namla Solo Deb Nyandu Dayundran Lama Namla Solo Deb Palkondu Jundang Yerme Pa Gungarab Duajijin Drag Pa Jeti Ding Ni Sume Pai Palamanam Chitente Chong. The way I'm going to do it this weekend
Tak jak zrobimy to w tym tygodniu.
is today I will teach Mahamudra.
Dzisiaj będę uczyć Mahamudry,
Tomorrow I will teach Mahāti.
będę uczyć Mahāti,
And on Sunday I will bring the two together.
połączę jedno i drugie.
I think this will be the clearest way to avoid confusion.
To najprostszy sposób, żeby uniknąć jakiejkolwiek konfuzji, konsternacji.
So now I need some volunteers to give people a gift.
Teraz wolontariuszy, żeby podarowali podarunki.
I think I need 3 people.
3 osoby.
And one person shall carry a bowl. Okay, go around and give everybody one of those.
Każdy weźmie miseczkę i każdy da jedną część zawartości.
Mahamudra starts. Oh, and give me one too.
Ja też poproszę
Thank you. Mahamudra starts
Mahamudra rozpoczyna się z
with Shine with an object.
Shinę na obiekcie.
So for this, you need an object.
Potrzebujecie obiektu, przedmiotu.
The object should be
Przedmiot powinien być
simple,
prosty,
not too special,
niezbyt
that you have to worry about losing it or having it stolen. Little gold statues of the Buddha are not recommended.
żeby ich zmartwić, gdzie
You can use a statue,
Budy nie są polecane.
but
Możecie użyć
the easiest and simplest is a simple
jest
pebble.
po prostu zwykłym kamyczkiem.
So I'm going to give you one
Dlatego
to
pokazuję
use.
jeden, żebyście mogli go użyć.
A useful tool. They're about the size of the end of your thumb. Since, big people have big thumbs and little people have little thumbs, it's some variety in there.
Jest trochę różnorodności, bo
Yeah.
niektórzy mają większe kciuki, a niektórzy mniejsze.
See, end of the thumb.
Więc znajdźcie taki, żeby był właśnie końcówki waszego kciuka.
When you get your pebble,
Kiedy będziecie mieć kamyczek,
and they should be wandering around, we only have those 3 bowls? And that was 200 pebbles. Okay, there should be enough.
powinno być wystarczająco kamyczków.
You're going to find a place in front of you
Znajdźcie miejsce przed sobą,
where if your eyes follow the line of your nose outward and down, your gaze naturally lands.
za linią waszego nosa.
Which is why I recommended floor or over there with tables. So if that's going to be hard for you to do with where you're sitting,
Jeżeli to jest trudne, tam miejscu, gdzie siedzicie,
then you might want to change your seat for a few minutes.
na chwilkę chodźcie posiedzieć gdzieś indziej. Czy rozumiecie, czy patrzymy linia oczy, nos, naturalny spoczynek.
Empty? Is that empty? Then send it back out. A lot of people don't have pebbles.
Proszę, nie ma kamyczków, kamyczki.
Someone please take those pebbles to whoever doesn't have. Raise your hand if you don't have a pebble.
Podnieście ręce, kto nie ma kamyka, ręka w górę.
Couldn't you stand up and take them over there? Oh well.
Tam, kto nie ma kamyczków, ręce do góry, aż dotrą kamyczki.
Yes, but there were people without pebbles. There's always a few that get missed. Okay, anybody not got a pebble?
Czy ktoś jeszcze został bez kamyka?
In both Mahāti and Mahamudra, there are ways of placing your body to make this easier. Many of those things are in common. A few are different between Mahamudra and Mahāti. You need to either sit cross-legged on the floor with your left leg on the inside and your right leg on the outside. If you are young and agile, put your left foot up on your right thigh and your right foot up on your left thigh. This is a Vajra position, a full lotus position. It is incredibly powerful. You actually cannot be harmed while sitting in it. I've been attacked while sitting like this, and no one could harm me. I'm not going to tell that story now, but it's a very powerful position if you can train yourself to use it. However, a half lotus will do. What's important is that your back is easily up and down. If you have scoliosis or other problems, please find a backrest. When you're sitting on the floor, you take your left hand and you bring it into your dantian,
na punkcie tantien,
which is 3 to 4 fingers width below your navel.
4 palce poniżej pępka.
You place it there, and you place your right hand on top of it, like putting it on a carpet.
Prawa ręka na lewej ręce, jak na dywanie.
Whether your thumbs touch or not doesn't matter,
Przekrzyki się dotykają, czy nie, nie ma znaczenia.
but don't twiddle them.
Ale nie bawcie się z nimi.
For those who prefer to sit in a chair,
Wolą siedzieć na krześle.
your thighs need to be absolutely parallel to the floor.
Wasze uda muszą być dokładnie równoległe do ziemi.
So your chair needs to be the right height for you.
Więc to krzesło musi być odpowiedniej wysokości dla was.
Or you can put something under your feet if you're short,
Możecie
or under your butt if you're tall.
jeżeli jesteście niscy, albo pod wasz tyłek, jeżeli
Your calves need to be directly up and down.
ale wasze uda muszą być równoległe w górę.
And you place your hands
A wasze
on your thighs, halfway between your groin and your knees,
w połowie pomiędzy
palms down.
pachciną i kolanem i dłonie skierowane w dół.
You want your elbows out a bit, not tight.
Tak, wasze łokcie lekko na zewnątrz, nie ciasno koło ciała.
You should be able to hold an egg in your armpit.
Musicie być w stanie trzymać jajko w swojej paszy.
I have never found any text that tells me why you want to hold an egg in your armpit,
Żadnego tekstu, który wyjaśnia, dlaczego miałabym trzymać jajko w mojej paszy.
but the texts say you should be able to.
Ale w każdym razie według tekstów trzeba mi tam było.
Now, that is what I've just taught you is the same for Mahaati and Mahamudra.
Tego was teraz nauczyłam, jest takie samo w Mahamudrze i w Mahaati.
However, for Mahamudra,
Jednak w
how you
Mahamudrze,
put your head,
to jak układacie głowę,
your mouth,
wasze usta,
and your eyes is different.
oczy jest inne.
For Mahamudra, you make a double chin
Robicie podwójny podbródek
and tip your head down a little bit.
i troszkę głowa w dół.
You lay your tongue naturally on the roof of your mouth.
Naturalnie spoczywa na podniebieniu.
You don't close your teeth or your lips completely,
Ani zębów, ani ust w zupełności.
but you do breathe through your nose.
Ale oddychacie przez nos.
Your eyes are really important.
Oczy, i to są oczy są bardzo ważne.
Your eyes follow the line of your nose outward and down, and they rest on the pebble.
Wewnątrz i w dół i spoczywają na kamyku.
The word shine
Słowo shinę
means seat of stillness
oznacza siedzisko
or seat of peace.
spokoju albo bezruchu.
If you learn only this,
Jeżeli nauczycie się tylko tego,
shine with an object,
ile z obiektem,
you will prolong your life,
wydłużycie swoje życie,
lower your blood pressure,
zmniejszycie ciśnienie tętnicze
and improve your health
i będziecie zdrowi.
and relieve stress.
I odpuścicie stres.
Just from the first step.
Nawet ten pierwszy krok to daje.
So try it.
Więc spróbujmy.
Rest your eyes on the pebble.
Wasze oczy spoczywają na kamyku,
Put your attention on the pebble.
uwaga na kamyku.
Pebble don't do nothing.
Kamyk nic nie robi.
Pebble don't care.
Nic ich nie obchodzi.
It has no judgment about you.
Nie mają żadnych krytyk ani uwag na ten temat.
Doesn't care if you're good at this or bad at this.
Nie obchodzi ich, czy jesteście dobrze, czy niedobrze.
Doesn't care if you think nice thoughts or mean thoughts.
Nie obchodzi ich, czy myślicie dobre myśli, czy takie nieprzyjemne.
Just sits there.
I tak, kamyczek po prostu jest.
Doesn't do anything.
Nic nie robi.
Slowly,
Powoli,
quietly,
ciszy,
gently,
delikatnie.
rest.
Spoczywaj
With the pebble.
z kamykiem.
If your thoughts
jeśli twoje myśli
natter at you, natter, gibber at you, try to talk to you,
jeżeli próbują do ciebie mówić,
ignore it.
zignoruj je.
Pay no attention to what you're thinking.
Nie zwracaj uwagi na to, co myśli.
Pay attention to the pebble.
Zwracaj uwagę na kamerę.
Let yourself slow down
Pozwól sobie zwolnić
into stillness.
do bezruchu.
For those of you
Dla tych z was,
who came to Buddhism seeking peace of mind,
przyszli do buddyzmu, żeby szukać pokoju umysłu,
by doing just this,
robiąc tylko to,
you will find it.
znajdziecie spokój.
Over time,
Z czasem,
daily,
codziennie,
relaxing,
w relaksujący sposób,
with your attention resting
z waszą uwagą odpoczywającą
on your pebble.
na waszym kamyku.
In the beginning,
Na początku
3 to 5 minutes
3-4 minuty, czy 5 minut
is a good amount of time
to odpowiednia ilość czasu,
to be able to do this.
żeby być w stanie to zrobić.
After a while,
Po jakimś czasie
10 minutes,
10 minut,
20 minutes,
20 minut,
let it grow.
pozwólcie to dorosnąć.
Let it grow slowly at your own pace.
Mogą rosnąć powoli w waszym własnym tempie.
Once it has become easy,
Kiedy stanie się to już proste,
for maybe 30 or 40 minutes,
może na 30-40 minut,
at this point it will have become pleasurable,
w tym momencie to zacznie być bardzo przyjemne,
relaxing,
relaksujące,
better than a pint of beer.
lepsze niż duże piwo.
So you will find yourself liking it.
Więc znajdziecie w tym przyjemność.
These are the signs
To są znaki.
that you are ready to move to the next step.
Jesteście gotowi przejść do kolejnego kroku.
Once those have occurred,
Kiedy te wszystkie
remove the pebble.
nastąpiły, po prostu musicie usunąć kamyk.
The stillness
Bez
of the pebble
ruchu kamyka
remains,
pozostaje.
and you rest in that stillness
Ty odpoczywasz w tym bezruchu.
as stillness,
Jako bezruch.
not any longer needing the prop of a pebble
Nie potrzebujesz już więcej tej pomocy kamyka,
to help you slow down.
żeby pomóc ci zwolnić.
This is Shine without an object.
Nie bez przedmiotu.
The object is simply stillness, which is no object whatsoever.
Staje się bezruch, który nie jest tak naprawdę żadnym przedmiotem.
It's an adjective, not a noun.
staje się przysłówkiem, a nie rzeczownikiem.
So you rest in stillness
Więc odpoczywacie bez ruchu,
without an object,
bez obiektu,
quite happily.
całkiem zadowoleni.
And after a little while, not very long,
Niezbyt długim.
you will find it as easy as resting with an object.
Będzie okazać, że to jest tak łatwe, jak odpoczywanie z przedmiotem.
You will find that that stillness in which you are resting
W którym odpoczywacie,
does not depend on anything.
zależy od niczego.
It does not require an object to hold it there.
Nie potrzeba ułożonego przedmiotu, który by go trzymał.
It permeates the entire universe.
Przenika cały wszechświat.
It is what is underneath
To jest to, co jest poniżej,
all movement.
pod wszystkim, co się rusza, ruchliwością ruchu.
As an analogy,
Jako analogia.
sky space,
Przestrzeń nieba.
this here,
A tutaj
is still.
jest bez ruchu.
I don't mean the air in it,
Nie mam na myśli tutaj powietrza,
I mean the space
mam
itself
na myśli samą przestrzeń.
that pervades the entire universe
Cały wszechświat.
and also exists between molecules
Istnieje pomiędzy molekułami.
and inside atoms. That space.
Ta przestrzeń.
It doesn't go anywhere,
Ona nie znika.
doesn't come from anywhere,
Przestrzeń nie przychodzi znikąd,
and yet it's all everywhere,
a jednak jest wszędzie.
utterly empty,
Zupełnie pusta.
not a thing.
Nie jest rzeczą,
And yet,
ale jednocześnie
there is movement.
jest jakiś ruch.
Things
Rzecz,
like this dorji
jak to dorcie,
moves through space.
przez przestrzeń.
If there was no
Nie
space,
było przestrzeni,
it could not move.
nie byłoby w stanie się poruszać.
Misha, come here.
Muszę powiedzieć,
Around this side.
z tej strony.
And go stick this in the solid pillar
Wstać to
where they can see you, over by her, or hand it to her. Go on, stick it in the pillar.
Misza spróbuj tutaj.
Hard.
Jest to twarde, nie?
Slam it on the pillar.
Tak, uderz to mocno.
No, don't damage the pillar. Okay. You see, that was solid. There was no space. So this couldn't move in it.
Nie było tam przestrzeni, więc dorze nie było w stanie się przemieścić przez niego.
Your thoughts
Wasze myśli,
move.
przez coś, co się rusza, są jest ruch.
Your feelings
Twoje uczucia
come and go.
przychodzą i znikają.
Your physical sensations
Przeżywania zmysłowe
are changeable.
to jest coś, co się zmienia.
Your perceptions,
Twoje percepcje.
which in English is a word that refers to
Po angielsku to jest słowo, które odnosi się do
a clump of thoughts, feelings, and sensations.
uczuć do doznań.
Your perceptions move, they change.
Percepcje zmieniają się.
You were perceiving different things on the way here
Postrzegałeś różne rzeczy podczas
than you are perceiving now.
inne niż te, które postrzegasz w tym momencie.
Now,
Teraz
you need to become very familiar
dobrze zapoznać się z
with what moves
tym, co się rusza,
and what doesn't.
a to, co się nie rusza.
So you sit
Więc siedzisz
without the pebble,
bez kamyka,
with your attention settled in stillness,
uwagą bez ruchu,
but nonetheless also aware of the moving.
ale jednocześnie jesteś świadomy ruchu.
This is actually good to do in a park.
To jest w zasadzie dobrze zrobić w jakimś
or a cafe, as well as on your cushion.
ale również na swojej poduszce medytacyjnej.
I have a question for you.
Mam pytanie.
You go swimming sometimes, yes, in the summer to a lake for holiday?
Wlecę nad jeziorko.
So, when you go to get wet in the lake to go swimming,
Więc kiedy zamierzacie iść do wody się zmoczyć, żeby popływać,
some people,
niektórzy ludzie
they walk down the beach and they walk into the lake until it comes up to about chest level and then they swim.
do wody, aż mniej więcej będzie sięgać im do klatki piersiowej i zaczynają wtedy pływać.
Some people walk out on the pier till they're by the really deep water
Niektórzy wchodzą na molo do głębokiej wody,
and just dive in head first.
głęboka i po prostu skakują na dół.
Which way do you do it?
W jaki sposób ty to robisz?
Let me see a show of hands of people who walk in from the side.
Wchodzi z brzegu. Ręka do góry.
Let me see a show of hands of people who dive in the deep end.
Skakuje na głębokość.
Okay, so sidewalkers, you will probably like Mahamudra best.
Lubicie Mahamudrę.
Deep divers, you will probably like Maha'ati best.
Bardziej wam przypadnie do gustu Maha'ati.
What's really important here,
Naprawdę ważne tutaj,
and which we don't do until much later in Maha'ati,
do późniejszego momentu w Maha'ati,
is to separate
to odróżnienie,
clearly in our awareness what moves and what doesn't.
to zrobienie rozróżnienia pomiędzy tym, co się rusza, a tym, co nie.
You see, people make a mistake
Zobaczcie, ludzie robią ten błąd.
and try to place their attention
Skierować swoją uwagę
in stillness
bez ruchu
and keep it there forever.
i trzymać swoją tam na zawsze.
They think that would be stabilizing their shine.
Że to będzie stabilizacją tego szyna.
But attention
Ale uwaga,
moves.
to jest
Look, pay attention to what's in the garden for a moment. Go look. Let's turn your heads.
No, odwróćcie głowę.
Notice the trees and things.
Widzicie drzewa i inne rzeczy?
And then come back.
A potem wróćcie tutaj.
And now you're paying attention to me.
Teraz zwracacie uwagę na
You
mnie.
see, your attention moved.
Zobaczcie, wasza uważność się zmienia, przemieszcza.
So if you try to stabilize your attention on the stillness,
Zdecydować swoją uwagę na bezruchu,
you got a problem because it ain't going to stabilize.
ponieważ to by się nie dało stabilizować.
It's really important at this stage
Bardzo ważne jest,
not to jump ahead,
żeby nie próbować tego
but to spend the weeks and months necessary
tygodnie i miesiące, które są potrzebne,
to separate the moving from the stillness so that you are in no way confused as to which is which.
zorientowani, zagubieni na temat tego, co jest czym.
Everything you think is moving.
Co myślicie, to jest to, co się rusza.
Everything you understand is moving.
Rozumiecie, to ruch.
In the very beginning of Dharma, the four turning minds, Lodro Namji,
W czterech myślach to były
one of them is the subject of impermanence.
jednym z tematów jest temat czynności.
By the time we are teaching Mahamudra,
W momencie, kiedy uczymy Mahamudrę,
we are under the assumption that you are familiar with the nature of impermanence.
znacie naturę przemijalności.
Impermanence says
Przemijalność mówi,
that anything put together of several things,
wszystko, co jest zbiorem z lekkim kilku różnych rzeczy,
like this tower,
tak jak na przykład ta wieża tutaj,
will come apart again.
wszystko, co jest złożone, znowu się rozpada.
It won't be here forever.
Będzie zawsze w jednym miejscu.
It will be taken apart.
Rozpadnie się na
Even if you build the greatest monument of solid stone,
posąg z czystego,
as was Bamiyan and Bandiyamir
tak jak
in Afghanistan,
w Afganistanie,
they will come apart as those did when the Taliban blew them up.
tak jak te się rozpadły, kiedy Talibanie je stracili.
So, everything that is acquired
Wszystko, co jest
will be lost. You acquire money,
i na przykład zdobywacie
but you can't keep it.
pieniądze, nie jesteście w stanie ich zachować,
Mortgage,
albo
groceries, taxes,
podatki,
rent. It comes in and it goes out. You can never really keep it.
nie jesteście w stanie nigdy utrzymać.
Even if you save up a lot of it,
Nawet jeżeli zachowacie bardzo dużo,
maybe your children will keep it for a while, but you're going to die.
dzieci to zachowają na jakiś czas, ale ty umrzesz.
So some people,
Więc niektórzy ludzie,
when they practice,
którzy praktykują,
they think they get realizations.
myślą, że zdobywają realizację duchową.
Without realizing
Bez zdawania sobie sprawy,
that if it has a beginning in time,
że coś miało początek,
after doing this practice for a long time, I got the realization of nature of mind.
taki długi czas, doznałem
Well, if you got it at a certain time, you're gonna lose it at another certain time. You can't keep it.
w innym punkcie w czasie, nie jesteś w stanie tego utrzymać.
So this is why. So you stop gathering things that you can't keep and instead go for the reality of enlightenment.
Rzeczy, których nie możesz utrzymać i raczej szukaj realizacji.
That it is so important that you spend the time
To tak ważne, że spędzasz czas,
separating
żeby spędzić czas
the moving from the stillness.
ruchu i bez ruchu.
If I had a zolt for, what do you call your money? Zolt?
Złoty.
Zolt for every single Dzogchen practitioner
Za każdego praktykującego Dzogchen,
who has come to me
który przyszedł do mnie,
complaining that they cannot stabilize
są w stanie ustawić
their Dzogchen
ich Dzogchen,
after many, many years of trying,
próbowania,
I would be a very rich woman.
byłabym bardzo bogatą kobietą.
Here in Mahamudra, we do this early and get it over with.
Wcześnie i odstawiamy to, rozumiemy i odkładamy na bok.
Some people find it so simple they like to sort of go fast and jump over it.
Niektórzy ludzie myślą, że to jest tak proste, że próbują przeskoczyć.
And they go on and they get some realizations and then they expect to keep them.
Dostają pewne realizacje i próbują je utrzymać.
If it comes, it's going to go.
Jeżeli się pojawiło, to zniknie. Jeżeli przyszło, odejdzie.
So it's really necessary to play with this
Ważne, żeby z tym się pobawić
for quite a while,
przez jakiś dłuższy czas,
months,
miesiąc,
separating.
żeby oddzielać.
Once you have truly separated,
Naprawdę rzeczywiście
you are truly clear what moves and what doesn't.
klarowność, co się rusza, co nie.
You then see, bring yourself to see, notice that which has always been so
To, co zawsze miało miejsce,
in all the moving.
w całym ruchu,
There is no thing
nie ma żadnej rzeczy,
that has ever moved.
która kiedykolwiek by się poruszyła.
And the stillness,
A bez ruchu,
the emptiness, the infinite, open, vast stillness
w bezmiarze,
that you have come to count on in resting in stillness.
liczyć dzięki odpoczywaniu bez
It's alive and it is of the nature to wiggle.
To jest żywe i naturą jest to, żeby się poruszać.
So the moving and the stillness come back together as a singularity.
Łączą się razem jako jedność.
They always were.
Zawsze były.
This is called Trultranaldur, the yoga of dancing stillness.
Czyli jogą tańczącej.
You will need to actually see it.
Musicie to sami zauważyć.
The dance of stillness.
Taniec bez ruchu.
Here, look with me.
Patrzcie razem za mną.
Put your pebble back for a moment.
Odłóżcie na chwilę swoją, odłóżcie na chwilę tą kamę.
Relax into the stillness of the pebble. Let your own being rest in stillness as stillness.
Twoje ja odpoczywać w bezruchu jako bezruch.
Remove pebble, remain as stillness in stillness.
Odłóżcie kamień i spoczywajcie jako bezruch w bezruchu.
Your thoughts dance
Wasze myśli tańczą.
in stillness as stillness.
Bezruchu jako bezruch.
Nary a single one of them, no single one of them
Żadna z nich
has duration.
ma jakikolwiek czas trwania.
They do not last.
One nie trwają.
Tiny little bits of thought,
Malutkie cząsteczki myśli,
in Tibetan called nam,
w tybetańskim nazwane nam,
are stuck together in a thought chain.
łączą się w strumień myśli, łańcuch myśli.
No single one of them lasts for any amount of time.
Natomiast żadna z nich nie ma żadnego czasu trwania.
They also lack totally substance.
Nie mają też żadnej substancjalności.
You cannot use as a thought your thought as a table to place your coffee on.
Nie możecie użyć wasze myśli jako stolika, żeby położyć na nim kawę.
You cannot sit on one and expect it to hold you up.
Nie możecie siedzieć na niej i myśleć, że was utrzyma w powietrzu.
Constantly moving and dancing, they are thoughts.
Ciągle tańczą i ruszają się te myśli.
But obviously,
Ale oczywiście
not thingness.
nie ma w tym żadnej rzeczy.
And once you have thought a thought,
I kiedy myślisz jakąś myśl,
you'll never see it again.
kiedy myślałeś, nigdy jej nie zobaczysz więcej.
Disappearing like writing with your finger on a bowl of water.
Znikają, jakbyś pisał palcem po wodzie w miejsce.
Arising and vanishing,
Powstawanie i zanikanie.
nothing to keep.
A nie jesteś w stanie niczego zachować.
In Shine,
Siłę,
resting in stillness,
odpoczywanie bez ruchu.
we do not bother to stick the particles of thought together.
Nie wysilamy się, żeby połączyć te cząsteczki myśli razem.
For if we did, they would become thoughts chains and thought streams and would distract us from resting in stillness.
Łączyłyby się takie łańcuchy i by nas odwracały naszą uwagę od odpoczywania bez ruchu.
But once you see
Ale kiedy zauważysz już,
that there is no thing in a thought which has ever actually moved,
myśli, cokolwiek się kiedykolwiek poruszyło,
your thoughts, they do not move from point A to point B.
i one naprawdę nie przemieszczają się od punktu A do punktu B.
They have no molecules or atoms within them.
Molekuł ani atomów w sobie.
They are simply motes of stillness.
Są po prostu odrobinami bez ruchu,
Dancing,
tańczącymi,
motes of emptiness.
odrobinami pustki.
There is no thing there.
Nie ma w nich nic, żadnej rzeczy.
Therefore,
Zatem
how could thinking possibly disturb the stillness
w sposób myślenia mogłoby przeszkadzać,
when it is itself the stillness?
skoro samo jest bez ruchu.
And in the direct perception of dance of stillness,
W postrzeganiu tańca bez ruchu
there will be no doubt
nie będzie żadnej wątpliwości
about the nature of thoughts while you think them.
o naturze, jaka jest natura myśli w momencie, kiedy je myślicie.
And so forth for feelings and perceptions as well.
Jeżeli chodzi o emocje i percepcje podobnie,
You can no more use a feeling as a table or a perception as a table
ani percepcje
than you can a thought.
w żaden sposób bardziej nie mógłbyś siedzieć na myśli, czy użyć jako
So you rest
więc odpoczywasz
in the dancing stillness,
tańczącym bezruchu,
which is named Laktong,
który nazwany jest laktą,
direct seeing.
bezpośrednie widzenie.
This is the meditation of Mahamudra.
To jest medytacja w sposób Mahamudra.
In its depth.
W swojej głębi.
But each stage to enter into here
Ale każdy etap, żeby wejść do tego momentu,
is necessary.
jest potrzebny, konieczny.
For without developing the skill with the pebble,
Bez rozwinięcia tej umiejętności na przykładzie kamyczka, na tego kamyka,
you move too fast,
poruszasz się zbyt szybko.
constantly paying attention to everything you think
Zwracając uwagę na wszystko, co myślisz,
and believing every word of it,
wierząc w każde słowo.
which is really dumb.
Słowo sobie myśli, co jest naprawdę głupie.
It's actually worse than believing everything you read on the internet.
Wierzymy, że wszystko, co czytasz w internecie.
Truly. You want to know how dumb it is? I give you a piece of homework tonight.
Chcecie zauważyć, jak głupie to jest? Dam wam trochę zadania domowego na dzisiaj.
Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Ustawcie sobie alarm na 5 minut.
Go to a place where you are completely alone. It can be in a room in your house or outdoors,
W domu albo na zewnątrz.
but you must be completely solitary
Być zupełnie w samotności.
for this 5 minutes.
Zrobić przez te 5 minut.
Say everything you think out loud.
Powiedzcie wszystko, co myślicie na głos.
This will bring to your attention
To zwróci waszą uwagę.
just how dumb most of them are,
Strasznie głupie są wasze myśli.
and the fact that they repeat a lot.
Że one się często powtarzają.
In Zen methodology,
W metodologii Zen
one sits for hours
siedzi godzinami,
staring at a white wall
patrząc w białą ścianę.
while your thoughts go through everything
Przechodzą przez wszystko, co możliwe.
and reruns
I potem
and reruns of reruns.
znowu
You finally reach such a boredom with your own thoughts
osiągasz takie znudzenie w swoich własnych myślach,
that you stop paying attention to them
zwracać na nie uwagę.
and find the stillness
Znajdziesz bezruch.
in a place where there was time,
Gdzie istniał czas?
in a time before the Kali Yuga,
W czasie przed Kali Jugą.
when there was time to do this slowly.
Ludzie mieli czas, żeby podchodzić do tego powoli.
We usually didn't teach Mahamudra
Mieliśmy zazwyczaj Mahamudrę.
until after someone was quite accomplished at Tantra,
Ktoś już był całkiem dobrze wykształcony w tantrze.
which we didn't teach
Której nie nauczaliśmy,
until they were quite accomplished
zanim byli całkiem dobrze wyszkoleni
at Sutra
w sutrze.
and the intellectual side, which includes the 4 turning minds.
Również zawiera 4 myśli, które wracają do umysłu.
What is it to be a full human being
Czyli co to jest nasze
with full human opportunities,
z pełnymi ludzkimi możliwościami,
impermanence and death?
przemijalność i śmierć.
Why does samsara hurt so much?
Samsara tak bardzo boli
And how does karma work?
i w jaki sposób działa karma.
4 turning minds.
4 myśli wracające do umysłu.
But now there's no time
Ale
left.
teraz nie ma już czasu.
If I'm lucky, I might have 5 to 10 years to teach you.
To mam jeszcze 5 albo 10 lat, żeby was nauczać.
So many of the other lamas
Wiele innych lamów
are really old too.
są bardzo starzy również.
And I'm the last generation
Jestem z ostatniego pokolenia,
trained by the old masters trained in pre-Chinese Tibet.
dawnych mistrzów, którzy byli przed, w Tybecie przed inwazją Chińczyków.
My generation, that's old now,
Moje
We're trained in the old ways.
Byliśmy wytrenowani w stary sposób.
You don't have time
Macie czasu,
to sit in a cave for a year staring at a pebble,
patrząc na kamień.
do you?
Czy macie?
In your busy life
W waszym bardzo zaangażowanym, pędzanym życiu.
with its career
Z waszymi karierami,
and accumulation of goods
zbieraniem dóbr materialnych
and family.
i rodzinami.
So we have to go a bit faster now.
Musimy trochę przyspieszyć w dzisiejszych czasach.
So now, in these times,
W dzisiejszych czasach
the Kali Yuga,
Kali Yuga,
the last of the times,
ostatni z czasów.
we teach
Uczymy
Mahamudra
Mahamudry,
and Mahaati to anyone who wants it.
do każdego, kto chciałby to.
How can you tell a person is ready for this stuff?
Możecie się zorientować, że ktoś jest gotowy na te rzeczy, na te nauki.
They are ready if they like
Są
it.
gotowi, jeżeli to lubią.
Some people don't like it.
Ludzie po prostu tego nie lubią.
If you offer them Mahamudra or Mahaati, they'll taste it and go, no, I think I'd rather have a hamburger.
I raczej woleli hamburgera.
You know, pickled herring is an acquired taste. So, all of you,
To jest pewien zdobyty smak.
if this is the flavor you like,
To jest smak, który wam akurat podchodzi.
then you are ready to practice it.
Że jesteście gotowi praktykować.
If you do not actually like this flavor,
Nic tego smaku.
may I recommend Dzogchen Rinpoche and Tantra?
Raczej tantra
He's real.
jest naprawdę
He's really good.
jest naprawdę
He's not fake.
nie jest oszustem.
I will stand and speak for him.
Zawsze
He's not the only one,
nie jest jedynym.
but he's one of the best old school tantrikas
Tantryków starej daty,
that I know.
szkoły, które znam.
Are there questions so far as we've come? Well, there's a bit more to give you, but I'm checking for questions.
Rzeczy dodania wam, ale jeszcze sprawdzam, czy są pytania.
Don't tell me you're all still scared of me. Get off it. Now, I know I wasn't that clear. Yes.
First one is, can Lama explain what is exactly the difference between lactone and trekcho?
Pytanie, jaka jest dokładna różnica pomiędzy lachtą i
One start. One starts with an L, and the other one starts with a T. Once you reach lactong,
osiągnięcie poziom lachtą,
it's pretty much the same thing as trekcha,
to jest samo tutaj.
even though you use different vocabulary to talk about it.
Innego słownictwa, żeby o tym mówić.
Other questions out there?
Jakieś pytania? Również publiczności jest mikrofon.
Marcin, can you carry this also along?
Używamy do mikrofonu, bo jesteśmy też na live streamie.
Co robić, jeżeli w czasie Shinei z obiektem pojawia się senność?
Then, at some point when I'm doing Shina with an object, I start getting sleepy.
The tradition when that happens is, now I have seen juniper around here. I think that might even be a juniper tree.
Jeżeli ktoś ma dalej pytania, to od razu można podnosić rękę.
Drzewo jałowca.
So what you do is you get a glass of ice water
Więc to, co musicie zrobić, to weźcie sobie szklankę z lodowatą zimną wodą
and a little sprig of juniper.
i troszeczkę, właśnie taką małą wiązkę tego jałowca.
You put the sprig with the leaves in the ice water.
Wsadzacie tą gałązkę do tej zimnej wody
You put your pebble and you rest down with the pebble, and when you start to get sleepy, you take up your sprig and you go like this.
Odskakujecie tą wodę.
It works. Got that from my teacher. Yes, you will get sleepy sometimes. Other times you won't be able to settle.
Innymi czasy będziecie zbyt żeby osiąść.
If you're sleepy, wake yourself up. If you can't settle,
To obudźcie, jeżeli nie jesteś w stanie się uspokoić.
take a deep breath in through your nose and blow it out slowly through your mouth like this. That settles the chi, slows the chi in your channels. Your thoughts ride the chi. Your feelings ride the thoughts. When you're angry at somebody, you're not angry at them for something they did. You're angry at them for what you think they did. Whether they did it or not, if you think they did it, you're pissed. Like if you mislay some money. Mislay. Don't remember where it is. Don't know where it is. You had 100 note and then you put it somewhere. And you're staying with a friend. You have a friend staying with you that you've only just met. It can be very easy to think they took it since you don't know them. And get really angry at them when it fell off the dresser behind. Lovers get into this thinking each other's cheating a lot. So you see, your feelings ride your thoughts, not any kind of reality. And your thoughts create the reality you experience. Some people have a tendency to think negative thoughts. And they have a hard time in life because the reality they perceive is very uncomfortable for them. Some people tend to think positive thoughts, and they are quite happy about what's going on around them because they think it's nice. Does it really matter? You're governed by your belief in what you think. And we've all got stupid repeaters. I have a relative who keeps developing belief systems that she has this mental illness or that mental illness and manages to produce the symptoms. It starts with her reading about it. And she does create all of those. For her, they're very real. You create all of yours. And for you, they're very real. Anxiety, anger problems. We've all got a bugaboo. Overly shy. Yeah, we make those out of our thoughts. And then have feelings about what we think is going on. You give your thoughts so much power in your life. by spending time in Trultra Naljor, the yoga of dancing stillness, or in Laktong, it will become more and more obvious to you that your thoughts aren't real. And that will free you from their tyranny. Other questions back there?
Mam pytanie dotyczące Shine. Czasami zdarza mi się, że kiedy opuszczam wzrok, pokazuje mi się taka złota poświata, jak gdyby rozpuszcza się wszystko przede mną. To jest takie, no po prostu taka przestrzeń się robi z takim złotym światłem. Czy to jest normalne, czy to po prostu ja sobie po prostu to stwarzam, wymyślam, że tak powiem, czy się na tym przejmować, czy po prostu to tak może być.
Sometimes when I rest in Shine, with my eyes down, I start seeing kind of a golden glow. Is it normal? Am I doing
Very normal, and you're doing it right. Sometimes your pebble will appear to do things, like move, shift. Sometimes you will see light and color. These are called nyams. The Japanese call them comes and goes, because they come and go. They are simply signposts. If you didn't meditate, these wouldn't happen. So they're good. They tell you you're meditating properly. You're going in the right direction. But you don't need to keep any of them. It's like driving down the road. You come to a sign that says, oh, Warsaw 100 kilometers. You don't stop at the sign because it says Warsaw. And you're going to Warsaw. You just recognize that it tells you you're on the right road and keep on going. So the colors you see at different times in practice are very common. Other questions? I'm going to recommend that people with questions should keep their hand up until the mic reaches them, because I can see sometimes the mic wanders around looking for the person and not sure who it was.
Jeśli macie pytanie, to trzymajcie rękę aż do momentu, kiedy dostaniecie mikrofon, bo zdarza się, że tutaj osoba roznosi i zastanawiacie, kto akurat podnosi wcześniej.
So is there a different advice for people with ADHD to practice Shine?
Czy są inne instrukcje co do praktyki dla ludzi z ADHD?
There are different kinds of ADHD. One kind has a hyperfocus if interested in things, and the other kind does not. For those who have a hyperfocus ability, if you get interested in things, we recommend you read a lot of Mahamudra poetry, which is beautiful and will pull you into trying it yourself. That will allow you to use your hyper-focused in Shine. The other kind of ADD, which does not have hyper-focus, probably will do better in Dzogchen, in Maha'ati. So it's really going to depend. Give it a try. See if you can if you have any hyperfocus. A lot of people with ADD also have hyperfocus. It's a whole spectrum of stuff along there. So try it and see if it works for you. Try it tonight. See if it seems to you like it's worth working. Don't expect to rest down with the pebble for more than 10 or 20 seconds at a time on the first try, anybody, whether you have ADD or not. And then it'll flicker and come back, flicker and come back. Slowly that flicker and come back slows down and stops happening so much. Other questions?
You said that our thoughts are not real.
I did.
But then that we are creating the reality with these thoughts.
We are creating I'm not creating the table with my thoughts, but I am creating the tableness of it. Because if I were a bug, a fly, I would not think it was a table. I would think it was a flat thing to land on. Me as a human being sees it as a table because I'm trained to see it as a table. Tibetans, when they first came out of Tibet, were unable to see pictures, photos. It just was blobs of color for them. They couldn't see a photo unless they took a piece of paper, rolled it into a tube, and looked at the photo through it. I had a friend who came to India who could never manage to understand doors. She simply could not open and close doors. She'd never seen doors before. She'd lived in tents in the high plains her whole life. So the idea of turning a knob or a handle and then pulling, no, she'd walk up to doors and bat at them like a tent flap until somebody opened it for her. You make a great deal of your reality by what you believe. There is also group reality, cultural reality, because you're not alone as a singularity in this. Don't forget the person behind her is next. She's had her hand up a number of times.
But can I ask
Yes,
another one?
when you're done.
What will happen if we have no thoughts?
You will always think again because you are alive. It is the nature of life forms to think. Even the bugs think. They don't think in words the way you do, but they think. They feel. They have perceptions.
So the thing for us will be to choose better thoughts to live? Because we can...
No. No matter how... It's not like you make up a world and then you can live in it. You have thoughts that are not your choice that make you weaker than you need to be, less than you really are. Who you really are, the totality of you, is a fully enlightened Buddha. Your thoughts hold you back from this. Your belief systems. It's not like your thoughts create the flavor of your reality, but you do it in tandem with all the other people of your culture, with everything around. Because you see, you're not alone. And also, they're not exactly your thoughts, because you have a biome. You're an ecology, not an entity. Your critters have their own thoughts in your gut. There are parasites that make people eat strange things. There's a parasite that makes mice fearless. If a mouse gets that parasite, it isn't afraid much anymore. So it takes more risk so that a cat will eat it. Because the second part of that that parasite's life cycle is in a cat. So it takes away the mouse's fear, its thoughts of fear, its thoughts of caution. Well, we've got stuff living in us too. How many of your thoughts are really yours? And how many of them are something living in your stomach, telling you what to do, not to be afraid of the tiger, so that it can move through a tiger's digestive tract. How many of your thoughts were unfortunate things said to you as a child by an adult, telling you you're not good at math, or you're not ever going to be strong enough to do this or brave enough to do that? How many of your thoughts limit your possibilities within the solidity of what is perceived around you? Those are the ones I'm talking about. Making better ones won't help. When you are you mated with anybody right now? So you may notice that when you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they're really hard to find. And when you do have one, many others come and want to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. How many of you have noticed that? It's also money. When you have a lot of money, money likes rich people. So recognizing this, if you grab at something and pull it towards you, it's going to try to get away. If you push it away, it's going to come towards you. It's like Tai Chi push hands, a lot of it. Trick is to get free from all of them. The good ones, the bad ones, the silly ones, but especially the ones that make you less than you could be, that diminish you because you think yourself diminished.
Thank you, I understand.
I think it's this lady in the shirt behind you. Didn't you have your hand up? I guess she didn't. I made a mistake. But your question brings me to something really important, which is the next piece of Mahamudra after Laktong, after the yoga of dancing stillness. When you get really good at Laktong, really good at sitting in the Mahamudra meditation, softly, gently,
z czułością,
kind of sneakily,
troszeczkę tak ukradkiem,
turn around and see
odwróć się
what is meditating.
i zobacz, co medytuje.
What is sitting there meditating? Who are you?
Na poduszce medytuje. Kim
If you try this too soon, you'll just end up learning more about your personality.
Jeżeli zrobisz to zbyt szybko, to skończysz ucząc się więcej o swojej osobowości.
Your personality is moving.
Ta osobowość należy do ruchu.
It changes.
Zmienia się.
You're not the same person you were at 14.
Jesteś na samą osobą,
One would
która
hope.
14 lat, mam nadzieję przynajmniej.
Most 14-year-olds are stone crazy.
Większość 14-latków jednak są szaleni. Jest szalona.
Some similarities remain, but you're not exactly the same.
Znają, ale nie jesteś dokładnie tym samym.
Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Who sits in Trekcha?
Kto siedzi w trakcie?
Who sits in Laktong?
Kto siedzi w akcji?
Who, what is it?
Kto? Co to jest?
This cannot be answered in words. You need to look and see.
Nie da się powiedzieć słowami, coś chcesz, to musisz się odwrócić się i zobaczyć.
At the point where you are sitting in Laktong,
W tym momencie, gdy siedzicie w lakton,
you need to become clear on who, what
musi stać się dla was oczywiste, kto, co
sits in Laktong.
siedzi w lakton.
You, the person,
Osoba,
as you are in exactly this moment,
jak jesteś dokładnie w tym momencie,
with the thoughts you are having in exactly this moment,
w tym momencie,
and the feelings you are having in exactly this
w
moment,
tym momencie,
are being created
one są tworzone
by everything around you in this moment.
dookoła ciebie w tym momencie.
And in the next moment,
W następnym momencie
subtle changes will have occurred,
każdym subtelne zmiany nastąpią,
both inside and outside.
zarówno w środku i na zewnątrz.
Is there anybody in there?
Czy ktoś jest w środku?
Is there anybody out there?
Ktoś jest na zewnątrz?
Watch
Obserwuj,
as your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions
uczucia i strzeganie percepcji.
create the you that's having the thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, that is creating for themselves the thoughts, feelings, and perceptions.
Dla siebie te uczucia, emocje i percepcje. Myśli.
A mirror
Takie lustro,
reflecting a mirror.
które odbija lustro.
What's in the mirror?
Co teraz jest w lustrze?
This is called one taste.
To nazywa się jednym smakiem.
When you recognize
Kiedy poznasz,
that not only are you creating your perceptions of what's around you,
percepcję tego, co jest dookoła,
but your perception is creating the you that is creating the perception.
twoje percepcje kreują ciebie, który kreuje,
And there isn't anybody in there.
a tak naprawdę nie ma nikogo w środku.
It's very freeing.
To jest bardzo wyzwalające.
You don't have to maintain it.
Nie musisz tego trzymać.
Doesn't matter if it occasionally smells.
Nie ma znaczenia, jeżeli od czasu do czasu śmierdzi.
The opinions
Opinie
of unreal cartoon characters
o nierealnych
are irrelevant,
słowach nie mają znaczenia.
and you are an unreal cartoon character
Jesteś nierzeczywistym bohaterem,
created by the projector of your environment, just as you create your environment as the projector.
podobnie jak ty kreujesz swoje środowisko jako projektor.
To recognize this with certainty,
Żeby rozpoznać
to
to
see it
absolutną
clearly again and again until you are absolutely sure.
Znowu, aż do momentu, aż będziesz
And you don't get fooled
i nie wystrychnić na
when the car just misses you
że kiedy samochód
in the moments of excitement.
w momencie, kiedy jesteś podekscytowany.
This is where one taste, where subject,
Jeden smak,
all the subjects, the things,
wszystkie
subject,
podmioty,
subject, where all the subjects and the objects and the verbs don't separate.
podmioty i obiekty.
So if you are in a sentence, there is I am speaking with you.
Więc teraz na przykład ja mówię z tobą.
So I, in this case, would be the subject.
W tym momencie podmiot.
Speaking is the verb,
Mówienie jest
and you are the object.
przedmiotem czynności.
I think, does Polish grammar work that way? Okay, good. So it's not separate. Just what you see here,
Co widzisz tutaj?
you're making it up.
Tworzysz to. Kreujesz.
It's not me, it's your perception of me.
Twoja percepcja mojej osoby.
It creates this.
Tworzy to.
Just as I create my perception of you, which creates me, which creates you, and we all dancing, creating each other together in the dance of stillness.
Nawzajem w tańcu bez ruchu.
In one taste,
W jednym smaku
where there is no separation
nie ma oddzielenia
between inside and outside,
między tego zewnątrz i na zewnątrz,
between the stuff out there
między rzeczami, które
and the stuff in here.
a rzeczami, które są w środku.
Since there is
To jak mówimy,
no one
nikogo,
meditating,
kto by medytował,
there can be no meditation which is done.
medytacji, która jest dokonywana.
The final stage of Mahamudra,
Ostatnim z etapów
Gomme,
czyli Gomme,
where there is no doer, therefore no intent.
żadnego
The flow arises,
nie ma żadnej intencji, pojawia się płynność.
and the dance of stillness, which is the three times,
Czyli to, co składa się na 3 czasy,
pervades all phenomena
przenika wszystkie zjawiska.
without any doer doing anything to any done to.
Żadnego osoby, która dokonywałaby czynności, robiąc coś, ani nic, co byłoby robione.
And that's Mahamudra.
I to jest Mahamudra.
The easy thing about Mahamudra is you start at the beginning,
Mahamudrze jest taka, że zaczynamy od początku.
and the instructions are very clear,
Instrukcje są bardzo jasne.
and you work your way through to the end.
I powoli pracujemy, robimy swoją drogę aż do końca ścieżki.
If you didn't understand some of the final levels of instruction, such as one taste
Bez końcowych,
and non-meditation,
najwyższych szczebli, czyli na przykład jeden smak albo nie medytacja,
it's only because you haven't yet done the first steps.
to dlatego, że jeszcze nie pokonałeś tych pierwszych etapów.
Very easy map.
Więc to jest bardzo łatwa, przejrzysta mapa.
That's the beauty of Mahamudra.
To jest piękna Mahamudra.
Are there questions?
Czy są pytania?
We still have a bit of time.
Sobie mam jeszcze trochę czasu.
Hi. So I wanted to come back to the last question. If it's not about extinguishing thoughts or changing them for better or worse, what does it mean to be free from thoughts?
Jeżeli nie mówimy o zupełnym pozbyciu się myśli, ani zmienianiu ich na coś lepszego, to o co chodzi w tym byciu wolnym od myśli?
Do you ever have thoughts like how everybody's kind of pissed off at you and nobody really likes you, they're all faking it?
Jeśli jest takie myśli, że
Do you ever get that going some days, you know, especially when you have a hangover, where you know just you must have been an utter right idiot last night?
i wydaje wam się, że
You ever have that experience, anybody?
się idiota poprzedniej nocy. Zdarza wam się
Just
kiedyś
think
takie doświadczenie?
how much easier that experience would be if you didn't think it was true.
Byłoby to doświadczenie, gdybyście nie wierzyli,
It only makes you feel bad because you think it's real.
sprawiają, że czujesz się źle, bo wydaje ci się, że te myśli są rzeczywistością.
Freedom from thoughts does not mean
Wolność
not thinking.
nie oznacza nie myślenia.
It is the nature of life to think, feel, and experience.
Jest myślenie, czucie,
Life does that.
doświadczanie. Życie to robi.
When we talk about the three jewels,
Kiedy mówimy o trzech klejnotach,
the symbol of the Dharmata,
symbolu Dharmati,
Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya.
Sambhogakaya i Nirmanakaya.
Dharmakaya is likened to the stillness.
Dharmakaya jest podobna do bezruchu.
But within that stillness, it's not a big dead old still nothing.
Bezruch to nie jest coś wielkiego i martwego, wielkie martwe nic.
It is alive
To jest żywe.
with the potential of thinking and feeling
Ma w sobie
and
potencjał
perceiving.
czucia i postrzegania.
We call that potential the Sambhogakaya.
Nazywamy to potencjałem, Sambhogakajem.
And all those thoughts
I wszystkie te myśli
that arise and vanish,
powstają i znikają.
having neither substance nor duration, being no thing and nowhere,
Substancjalnością nie są niczym i nigdzie.
also known as phenomena,
Również znane pod nazwą
inner
zjawisk,
phenomena.
wewnętrzne zjawiska.
The thoughts, the feelings that ride them, the perceptions that are the accumulation of that,
Zbiory tego wszystkiego.
all of that.
Wszystko to.
Nirmanakaya nature of mind. And they're not three separate things, they're one thing, Dharmata.
Nie są oddzielne od siebie, to są wszystkie jedną rzeczą, która nazywa się Dharmatą.
And you
A ty
have always been enlightened.
zawsze byłeś oświecony.
In the fourth time,
W czwartym czasie,
beyond the itty bitty conceptually created time space continuum,
śmiesznym
all beings are all Buddhas. That's where we started. You don't get enlightened. You don't get good enough to become enlightened.
jest tak, że nie jesteś oświecony, że musisz być wystarczająco dobry, żeby uzyskać
You
oświecenie.
realize
Raczej zdajesz sobie sprawę,
that you've always
że zawsze
been a Buddha.
byłeś
And it's not a thought.
I to nie jest myśl.
If you think you are enlightened, you are having a problem.
Myślisz, że jesteś oświecony, to masz problem.
But if you think you are not enlightened, you're having the same problem.
Ale jeżeli myślisz, że nie jesteś oświecony, masz dokładnie ten sam problem.
Practice is the key.
Kluczem jest praktyka.
Did that successfully answer the question you asked?
Udało mi się odpowiedzieć na pytanie, które zadałeś?
Yes.
Other questions?
Jeszcze jakieś pytanie?
To mam potrzymać. Ja mam takie pytanie trochę z innej strony. Mam trochę takie pytanie z innej strony. Skoro te wszystkie etapy Mahamudry, czyli krok po kroku, Shen tam z obiektem i tak dalej, prowadzą do jakiegoś odkrycia, nazwijmy to, można to nazwać jakkolwiek, to czy te poszczególne etapy nie polegają na fizjologii po prostu, na zmianie, no nie wiem, sposobu działania mózgu, tego w jaki sposób poszczególne rejony mózgu odpowiedzialne za percepcję, za budowanie percepcji współdziałają ze sobą. I jeśli tak jest, to wtedy czy to nie jest słaby punkt jakby tego? Bo tak naprawdę, że zmieniamy swoje ciało, zmieniamy sposób działania naszego mózgu, a jeśli tak, to tak samo przez tą samą fizjologię może zniszczyć się ostateczne doświadczenie. To znaczy, że nawet jeśli je zdobędziemy w jakiś sposób i zapoznamy się z nim, to ktoś nas uderzy w głowę albo wstrzyknie nam jakieś hormony i ta cała fizjologia, w której jesteśmy, zacznie znowu działać po staremu.
You gonna remember all that?
I will try. Spróbuję oddać to pytanie na jak ja umiem. Okay, so the question is about the stages of Mahamudra. If we developed our physiology to be able to be on the next and next level, is it not that we're changing something in the physiology of ourselves when gaining the further and further realization? And if so, wouldn't it be disrupted if, for example, there will be some biochemical change in our bodies, like someone hits us over in the head or something injects us with something?
Yes. And
Pytanie mniej więcej?
so we've had some interesting experiments done. One that the Dalai Lama was in National Geographic some years back, with a whole bunch of electrodes on his head, and they were measuring different things as he meditated. Yes, it will change you physiologically. You're changing all the time physiologically anyway. Sometimes you're excited and you can see that the brain waves are different, or you release adrenaline because somebody scares you, and so that's different, and then different neurotransmitters happen, or you drink a beer and that changes your neurotransmitters. So we're always being changed by stimulus, which meditation is. In the Mahamudra method, you slowly change to be in a shape that can directly perceive your own enlightenment. So with the pebble, you slow down. You stop chasing your tail quite as fast. With Shen without an object, you open up. You are usually holding rather tight to certain world views, and they relax and they open and spread. With separating the moving from the stillness, you become sure. So it's not a solidity, but it's a certainty that starts happening. Call it faith by your own experience, the same kind of faith you have in the law of gravity. Not religious faith, experiential faith. Then, as you move into the dance of stillness, you begin to reflect and actually arise as dancing stillness. Which means by the time you turn around to see who's meditating, you will find what is meditating is dancing stillness. Did this answer your question as you inquired, as you meant it? Now, I've simplified a lot of this into simpler concepts that will go into language. Once we get into Shen without an object, it's not what I'm telling you that's true. It's what I'm pointing at with my words. This is a finger. This is a bell. This is a finger pointing at a bell. No matter how much the finger points at the bell, I can't make it ring. This is an analogy. My words point, but they do not go all the way because words are very limited. They are a limited concept. For instance, how many people here speak more than one language fairly well? So a good few of you. Whatever language you're thinking in right now, switch. Think about what we've been talking about, but in your other language. Changed it a bit, didn't it? Just subtly. In order to communicate with you, I need to use words. And because Polish is not among the languages I speak, I also need to use a translator. Nonetheless, none of my words or her words are real. They point to what is real. Other questions?
We have an online question.
I'll take an online question, and then we should be close to finishing.
Czasami po wejściu w bezruch obawiam się pozostać w tym stanie.
When you enter what?
Jest lgnięcie do lubianego toku myśli.
There is attachment appearing to the familiar and to the train of thoughts.
Zabawki myślowe.
My conceptual toys.
I co robić z tą obawą?
What to do with this fear?
Tantra.
Praktykować tantrę.
Seriously, this is very common. And a sign that you should plow the field a bit deeper before planting the seeds of enlightenment. So a recommendation that you practice Tantra for a while, 6 months, a year, and then try again. That's the fastest way to get past the fear. Might only take a month. Depends on which tantra you're using and how you're doing it. You can push through the fear, but that actually takes longer than using a tantra at that point. So Vajrasattva is really good for that. "21 Taras" works too. Reciting praise to the 21 Taras with the visualization and some understanding of what the text is about. Not just doing it in Tibetan, but actually understanding a little bit. You see, in the 21 Taras, in the Surya Gupta lineage, that's the one I'm trained in. I can't speak much to the Atisha lineage. But in the Surya Gupta lineage, as you go through from the beginning to the end, it takes you, it sneaks past your conscious mind and takes your subconscious mind through all the phases of Mahamudra to the end, which is full enlightenment as it always was and will be. So if you are hitting fear as you begin to do this, back up and spend a month doing either Vajrasattva or the 21 Taras. instructions are available online, Wongs are available online. Check out my website, check out Dzogchen Rinpoche's website. See if anybody's going to be coming through here in person giving those Wongs. It's always nice to take Wongs in person when you can, but when you can't, they're perfectly valid online. I have teachings up online on how to do Vajrasattva as a sadhana without doing full Nundro, but just Vajrasattva as a standalone. And we have a group, a student-led practice group that does the 21 Taras through my website. But I'm not the only teacher that has this stuff. Go fish around. It's out there for you. For those of you who are just starting, who haven't spent time understanding Lodro Namji, we also have a student-led practice group on that. It's a discussion group. And Lilith, stand up. She does Lodro Namji. I don't have other people doing the Tara or the Vajrasattva here at the moment. So there are resources. If it scares you, go do Tantra for a while. Pick the one you want. And I think that's good for tonight. I will see you all in the morning. Tonight, with your pebble, you get to keep your pebble. Or without your pebble, as you choose. Try and see if you can figure out where you are in Mahamudra. Are you just starting, or are you on Shine with an object, or have you been doing this for a number of years, perhaps in some other lineage, and now you're on separating the moving from the stillness, or you're on Trultra Naljor? Play around with it tonight. See how it feels, where it feels to you. Just listening to me talk about it is not going to be enough to do diddly squat. No matter how much I tell you about pizza, if you've never had it, or no matter how much you read a book of recipes, you really won't know what pizza is until you eat one. Ge wandi nyur duda chi chi sala go pashu. Shall we pack things up?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.